This is Out Loud and Laughing.
Sup, John?
Sup, Brown? So stupid.
So stupid. How's it going, sir?
I'm freezing. I'm cold. I'm trying to
I
get comfy and
hate you.
cozy.
I hate you. Like,
You're probably not as cold as you, I'm sure.
there's no other words. We just finished our 12 plus inch, not the good kind,
I was gonna say,
snowstorm.
yeah.
I know. Yeah, our yard, John, is like 3 feet long, like tall, like pillars of snow.
It's kind of cool.
I mean, today I think it's good because it's still soft. The kids can still probably play in it, make their first snowman. They keep asking us, like, how do we make one? And for me, it feels stupid and easy, but they're very nervous about making one.
Well, you know who ruined that for everybody? Elsa.
Ice. Oh, Elsa.
Close. I feel like Elsa is just ice spelled backwards or something.
Oh my gosh. The truer words have been spoken.
Oh, but you know, being 12 hours in feels like a marathon and not a race. So you guys did it. You stuck through it. The storm has passed, I imagine.
It has passed. Also, I'm not gonna lie, when you said 12 hours in, I was like, 12 hours or 12 inches?
You are right. Well, when you said 12 inches, I wasn't thinking it was going snowstorm. So touche.
Listen, 2 gay boys in heat.
Woof.
But speaking of in heat, the Winter Olympics, John.
I was really trying to set you up with a marathon and a race, but if you're going to take it in heat, you know what? Heated rivalry. We're just going to stay heated and sporty.
Heated. I mean, you were giving me all the clues to lead into our topic for today, but you were also giving me only Summer Olympic clues, which also leads me to believe you are gay.
So fine. Well, let's just luge right on into it.
Okay, we're getting there. We're getting there. I love it. Okay, we want to talk about the Winter Olympics today because A, it's on. Like,
It's
so
on.
why not?
Yeah.
And B, I think it's really interesting to talk about it through the lens of our community.
100% agree. Couldn't agree with you more. The Olympics has been around since, gosh, Grecian times, right? Like we're talking millennia ago. And there have been representatives of our community who have done really great things in there, but not with great stories to follow. I don't know what you have written, but I have some things I'd like to share too.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think first and foremost, like the macro theme of all this is gays have been in the Olympics for a long time, but we've also been hidden or had to have hidden our gayness while being in the Olympics for a long time. Does that make sense?
It makes sense, and it also feels on brand for how we've been treated as a community throughout our existence.
And today.
Throughout our existence.
No, because one of the fun facts is I was looking up some of the data on this, and there's not a ton because obviously you have to be out and proud to be a part of the data. There's probably a lot of closeted people, but in the Beijing Games alone in 2022, so not very long ago, there were only 31 out athletes, and there was also anywhere between 3,000 people competing. So like 1% of the athletes were gay, outwardly gay, let's say.
Well, I mean, it makes sense to think that, and I love that you pointed out that the data could be skewed because of people's fear of being seen authentically as who they are, for being ridiculed for being gay, and all the other things that come with it. I think it's really ironic because when you look back to the origin stories of how this has played out in the past, you
Mhm.
have the first openly gay Olympian, actually noted, was John Curry. He was a British figure skater and won the gold. This is back in 1976, so we're talking
Correct.
eons ago. But what I find hysterical, and not really, obviously satirical there, is he was punished. He was punished by the media. He was punished by all the institutions that were formally supporting him for being out. I mean, this is just legend behavior for this
Well,
stories.
and just to kind of build on that with the John Curry in 1976, he was actually outed by a
Oh,
newspaper. So he was the first out player, to your point, but I don't think it was by choice, right?
interesting.
And so they outed him just days before winning gold. And he actually died in 1994 of AIDS. Like yeah, very sad. But he was faced out of the closet, which is shit.
And you know, we have our gay counterparts who participate and compete as their cisgendered selves, and then of course you have the whole transgender narrative, which again is a much bigger story. But there have been openly trans and non-binary Olympians,
Mhm.
though many compete under restrictive and controversial rules as they still do today. It's just funny to me that out of the context of just being strong, out of the context of just competing physically, that there has to be all of these ties to things that, in my opinion, don't level up to the conversation. Like someone's sexuality does not uh, determine how great their triple axle is or how fast they can run a mile. And so it just always fascinates me to hear the disqualified sort of unfair application to how they view straight athletes versus those who don't identify as straight.
And I also think I wonder what the actual percentage is. Like, you hear actually stories around, like, the jokes around well, not even jokes, around, like, the Republican National Convention where Grindr shuts down. Like, I've actually heard the same things at the Olympics, not just with Grindr, but even Tinder and stuff, because they're all horn dogs because 'cause they're locked up, just waiting to compete. So you can only imagine what is happening behind the scenes, people enjoying their sexuality but outwardly presenting themselves as straight because if not, they fear that it might hinder their scores, their medals, any of those things.
There's this whole unofficial joke that the Olympic Village is just elite athlete performances, condoms, queer awakenings, repeat. You
Yeah,
know,
and the
it's
smell of lube.
and well, again, you had a luge. You need some lube to luge.
But what's interesting though is in 2026, right now, there's a couple of people to watch out for from what I was researching because I want to make sure we support our gays, even if they're not
Absolutely.
American.
Hmm.
But we have Amber Glenn, who's figure
Mm.
skating. First openly queer woman to skate for Team USA. Because you always hear about the male kind of figure skaters, skewing a little homo. But it was interesting to see a lesbian. So Amber Glenn is USA.
I find that actually pretty fascinating. Yeah, considering that it's a very effeminate sport, I feel like when we talk about gay and lesbian, particularly gay and lesbian people, we skew men to more effeminate as a
Yes.
gay definition, and then adversely more masculine when we're talking about lesbian. And so when you're talking about a lesbian in figure skating sport, which is a very fluid and dance, the idea of dance doesn't come off as very masculine, or is it, we don't assume it to be. So that is really interesting, actually. Have you seen Amber Glenn uh
I haven't seen her perform
skate?
yet.
Oh,
Skate,
okay.
perform. The other one I picked up, which was an interesting story, and I need you to help me here, is Kim Mylene Mas or
Oh,
Mylene Mans. She's
okay.
Belgium. She's competing in the sport of skeleton, which I'm not quite sure what that is. You're gonna have to help our viewers understand that. But here's the quick fun fact about Kim, John. She's competing against her wife, Nicole Silveira, who is representing Brazil. How cool is that?
That's actually really, really interesting. And what I wasn't prepared for was the fact that they're representing 2 different countries. I actually
Yes.
can care less that they are married or that competing against each
Right.
other. It's the 2 different countries that
Isn't that
uh,
cool?
yeah. Well, you did ask, and I wanna make sure that everybody
Yes.
knows what skeleton is. If you've seen Cool Runnings, like, that's sort of like an idea, but Cool Runnings, they have a cart. Skeleton is just the body. It's actually one of the most unhinged Olympic sports,
Oh my god.
but in the best way. So, in a nutshell, you ride in a small sled, you go head first, you lie
Okay.
face down, you fly down an icy track at 80 to 90 miles an hour, and you're steering using a tiny shoulder and knee and toe movements. But yes, your head is first, and it's on ice, and it's on purpose. And I think for that reason, it makes it unhinged.
I have to I wanna understand, like, who is 6 years old saying, "That's what I'm gonna do."
I'm not sure, Brian, but from where I'm sitting, it's much easier than marrying a lesbian. So
I mean, listen, I hope that Kim and Nicole I hope someone takes home the gold and someone takes home the silver because that is gonna be some hate sex.
it's going to be some hate sex, but at the end of the day, I think the silver medals are actually real silver, whereas the golden ones are not real gold. So
And scissoring is silver. Gotcha.
yeah, scissoring is silver. Oh my God. Do you think that there's like in the Olympic Village when people win medals that their desire to be hooked up with like increases?
That's what I was wondering because if, let's say you have a Grindr profile or Tinder, you don't wanna show your face because you don't want people to know it's you, so you have a dark profile, but can you put in your profile, like, gold medal? Because even though it's a dark image, I'm still in.
And many people are winning gold medals all day long, so it still kind of leaves a little sense of ambiguity.
Correct, doesn't say the sport,
Yeah,
you
okay,
know?
okay.
But it's interesting, I said I was researching representation in the Olympics, and what's interesting is no surprise, figure skating, ice hockey, and speed skating are the top sports where gay people are playing in.
I mean, as proven by HBO Max's heated rivalry, Brian, I just can't stop talking about it. It's my favorite.
I know,
Uh,
I'm telling you, like, that is the Olympics, heated rivalry.
all aside, by the way, if I just can take a hysterical anecdotal moment for heated rivalry, I was talking to one of my best friends, and she recently she got into it, and so she's watching it solo. Her husband comes downstairs while she's watching it. Rivalry is not the only thing that's heated in this story because my friend also got heated from watching gay sex on TV and then proceeded to ask her husband to have sex with her because she was so turned on. And he literally said, I am not going to have sex with you while I know that you're thinking about that show. And to me, we were dying laughing. This happened all around a fire last night. And
Yeah.
I was on the floor. I couldn't stop. But anyways, Winter Olympics, we have to get back to it. But I thought we could take a second for that story that happened in real life.
You know, I actually think that's such an interesting story that he did not want to partake in sex because even though she would be thinking about something else, she probably would have been so into it that she would have done things that he has been asking for. I'm telling you, the play role or role play is yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
love that story. Good. Thank you.
But let's just highlight, let's before we move on from hockey, let's move on. Let's highlight a few hockey queer players on
Yes,
ice
yes,
because
yes.
the U.S. women's hockey team brings Hillary Knight, Alex Carpenter, Kayla Barnes. They are medalists. They are speed skaters. I think
Yeah.
it's amazing. And to me, lesbians on a hockey team is what I was imagining when I was imagining Amber Glenn performing as a figure skater. What if she just came out as like a hockey player?
I mean, why not? Also, I just fun fact, I just started, it's taken me a while to do Inside Out 2 because Kenzie wasn't of the age yet,
Yeah.
but so good, females in ice hockey.
Wait, great tie back. See, who's the Disney adult now?
Yeah, you.
Yeah.
Still.
Still, I guess I can never outrun that one no matter how much I train, but that's okay. Good point. Yeah, it's a great movie. And yes, they do focus on
Yeah,
ice hockey. I like that.
but we are seeing more LGBTQ in the Winter Olympics across skeleton, curling, and just skiing overall. So that means that we're moving more into mainstream sports and not sitting in the figure skating bucket or ice hockey for lesbian, which I kinda love.
Of all the sports I would well, which of those would you participate in? Like if Brian Ruiz was going for the Olympic gold for America and you had those three options, which team would you try to get on?
So the skeleton, the curling, and the skiing?
Yes.
I don't know what curling is.
That's the one where they whip the
Oh, I love that one because that one's
me
like
too.
that one's like edging.
It is like edging and for some reason I just find that to be so fun. Like that's a kiki to me, you know?
It is, and you're with another person, so, like, you and me are gonna be recording out loud and laughing while curling? Yeah, sign us up.
Sign us up. You don't need special equipment for curling. You need tennis shoes and a broom
And determination.
and and strength and wit. Yeah, exactly.
It's yeah, but actually skeleton sounds fun for at least one ride, now that we
Yeah.
learned what it is. I mean, I need a helmet.
So there are like okay, so let's break that up really quick, 10 seconds.
Yeah,
There's three different versions of it. So skeleton is the one where you are head first. Luging that I brought up a few times is actually the same as skeleton, except your feet first.
that sounds like a really messy way to douche.
Yeah.
Luging.
Yeah, and what's funny that you just said that is luging is outside of skeleton. Luging you can do with a partner. So
Yes, you can.
douching
Yes,
with
you
a partner.
can.
And then the last one that I brought up was the bobsledding, and that's the one where you're seated and in a
Correct.
cart. So they
I would do
are
bobsled.
still on the curling team.
Because I feel like bobsled's a little bit gay in that, like, if you're with 4 other people in a bobsled. Remember when you were, like, in a log flume ride as a kid and you had to put your legs around someone and you
Oh,
got the
so fun.
feels, you know? So, like, sign me up. 4 of us in a thing with our legs around each other.
Brian, I had never splashed mountain until I splashed mountain with you.
I know, I'm telling you. And now we're gonna be curling. God,
Now
this
we're
Winter Olympics.
I'm into it, but no, that's hysterical. But you were getting onto something about the Winter Olympics
Yes.
skewing more LGBTQ, and the trend from recent games of record numbers of openly LGBTQIA competitors that are increasing. So while, as you mentioned, the data is hard to correctly say because of the people's reputations on the line and them not wanting to get canceled for some to some degree. So while that exact total is still being compiled, the outlet tracks queer athletes
Mm.
as a strong showing across hockey, like you said, figure skating, speed skating, more. We just talked about all of this, but I like that the representation is now in front and behind the scenes, and that torch deserves. I mean, if listen, if anybody deserves to carry anything that's flaming, it's a gay athlete.
Fire, yes, that like, literally, like, that torch was made for us. Like, don't steal it. Now we joked a little bit about Inside Out too and Heated Rivalry, but it is interesting how, like, pop culture, is kinda changing the narrative on sports and giving athletes the confidence to kind of overcome that quote unquote "macho culture" or feminine culture with ice skating. And because a lot of these people who are starting to come out are actually citing that some of these fictional characters are inspiration for them. So I think it's actually, while we joke about it, it's actually a beautiful thing that entertainment is now helping reality.
We just had that really awesome episode with Zeke, who's on GLAD, and I
Yeah.
think like these are really great outwardly manifested projections of how this works, right? So you have somebody representing our community who has access to what is being put out into the mass market of media, and we and Disney has been so brave as one of the largest media providers. I know that I'm sort of a Disney adult, but like I do mean though that like Lightyear. Did you watch Lightyear?
No.
There's a lesbian couple in there,
Yeah.
and and an astronaut at that. So kudos to all of the astronauts and those who don't identify. Unfortunately, you
As
can't.
astronauts.
Yeah, well, out of this world homosexuals. But no, I do. I think it's really important, and I think it's really fascinating. It's something we did not have growing up.
I I agree. We didn't really whenever we had a gay character on TV, it was as, like, very stereotypical.
Very stereotypical, and as are many roles played by I've seen this done with the black community, the Hispanic community, the gay community. Like, if those roles have always been typecasted to be like supporting roles, like roles that like take on the heat of like the butt of the joke, or they are serving the main characters as opposed to being main characters themselves. And I think that that's where the main shift has become, and I love that.
Yeah. I I'm interested to see how this continues to evolve because obviously this is just the Olympics, but how this is going to start evolving into mainstream sports like football and basketball and all these different things. Because I think someone recently just came out from the NHL as gay, and I think that's been like super super interesting. Um, and
And the hockey player that just came out as gay as well, post the heated rivalry.
that's
You
what I'm
said
saying. His name is Carl Nassib, and he just came out as gay.
did you say NFL or NHL?
Uh, NHL, you're right, I'm mixing these people up. There's so many people coming out, it's too much for me.
Do not come to Out Loud and
It's
Laughing for
Jesse.
sports facts.
Correct, it's Jesse Cortuum. He is a hockey player, and he has come out as gay, crediting the success of Heated Rivalry. He's also kinda cute, John, we should get Jesse on.
I would love to talk to him and hear about his story. It takes a lot of courage and bravery to be able to jump on the heels of a fictional story and turn it into your reality. Major kudos.
I agree. I feel like we should wrap this up with a little bit of Olympic style this or that.
It's time for another round of this or that, the unhinged get to know you game. I don't know why we haven't even kicked off that way. I love this
We
idea.
always ask our guests, but now that we're thematicing some of these podcasts, I think we should do it too.
Okay.
I have a couple for you. Do you have
I
anything
ha-
for me or
I
no?
sure do.
Oh god. All right. Do you want to be a curling sweeper or a luge slider?
Curling sweeper, we've already discussed this. Um, are you
Why?
why? It takes less work. I can totally connect and kiki with my friends more, which I love to do. And again, I'm not good on ice blades, but The fact that I can wear tennis shoes on ice, that feels like a safe win bet to me.
I also think there's a lot of yelling, which I've been in the car with you. It kind of checks out.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Mhm. Yeah, you're not wrong. I get, curling road rage. Okay, so, are you figure skating or are you ice dancing? I don't even know what ice dancing is, but, like,
Oh
I
my
think this is a fun
god.
opportunity to tell everybody what you think it is.
Well, first of all, when I think about figure skating, yes, because I wanna do, like, a triple thing in the air and, like, do it. But ice dancing, John, now I am not a Disney adult, but that gives me a little bit of a feel in my tummy. Like, I'm in.
Mm.
I'm thinking glitter, I'm thinking, like, fireworks, I'm thinking, like, it's a spectacle. It's ice skating, but for gay people who like attention,
I'm hearing Bad Bunny Super Bowl, but the Olympics version,
featuring Brian Ruiz. Yes.
featuring Brian Ruiz, bad Brian Ruiz.
Bad Brian.
Bad Brian. I'm dead.
Oh my god. Okay, are you going for the gold medal or the bronze medal?
Oh, ooh, let me think about this real quick. I'm gonna go for the bronze medal because I am not an athlete, and I wanna give it to somebody who's worked really hard, but I look really good on a pedestal.
That's
So,
what I was gonna say. You care more about the outfits and looking chic than the number 1 spot. I
I
agree with you. That is totally John.
everybody like, the headlines would say, "Man overly excited about losing gold medal."
Why is he jumping up and down so much?
Yeah, my feet never hit the ground. Okay, I've got one for you.
Okay,
Do you think you would be more into the Olympic Village gossip or the medal count drama?
the gossip, hands down.
Right? That feels like a
Like,
no-brainer.
reality TV, like, I wanna know who's sleeping with who, I wanna know who's hating who, like, I want people to I, Tonya each other, and I wanna see that be there to watch it. All of it.
I Tanya. Oh my god. That's right. That is of our time. Do you remember? The straights. You wanna put the straights in the Olympics? They're
They're
out there,
mean.
they're mean, and they're hitting each other in the kneecaps with pipes, metal pipes.
Do you prefer a matching spandex speed suit or, like, a thick, oversized vintage sweater?
Brian, I look great in a unitard after losing 122 pounds. This body deserves to be snatched in one of those head to toe poly, whatever the hell, very highly flammable. I couldn't actually get away with it because I would just combust. But
Sounds right to me.
I'm going unitard. Okay. Speaking on the apparel and the attire, would you want to stay in like a matching team outfit or are you going for your individual flair?
Ooh, I'm really big on, like, strength in numbers,
Yeah,
you know, because if everyone's wearing the same outfit, even if it's a bad outfit, it still looks good.
kind of agree.
Less judgment.
I like that. Actually, it was a very surprising answer coming from you. I thought you were gonna go the individual route, so thank you for surprising me
No,
today.
because I feel the individual route just has a lot of pressure. You know, where the group one takes weeks of work, you have to, like, coordinate, and you just know what you're wearing that day. I don't know.
I think I have to strip you from your bad Brian persona.
Okay, that's
Oh,
fine, as long as I'm matching.
okay. Alright.
Okay, the last one for you before we wrap up.
Okay.
Would you rather fall on the ice or get snowed in with your rival?
Snowed in with my rival.
I know, right? Heated
I was gonna
rivalry.
say, yeah, I will bring the heat, baby.
But I also feel like if I saw you fall on the ice, John, you would do it so eloquently.
I would fall with grace, I would fall with style. It's how I actually ended up with the bronze. I missed a jump.
Yeah, you would do a triple axel, only do double, fall on the floor, and then do the triple. So, like, you would do, like, a technically quad axle?
Okay, you're amazing that you even knew what that was. I'm over here trying to spin like what the announcers would say, and I'm just hearing, "Ladies and gentlemen, this is gonna cost him the gold, but if anybody can fall, it's John Ruiz." Did you all see that? And that's what I imagine happened.
Listen, I am here for the Winter Olympics. I am here for the gay representation. I am here for you in a unitard, and I am here for the village goss.
Okay, that's the Olympics for you, everyone. We have the elite athleticism, unhinged sports we could never do, Brian and I, of course, and emotional national anthems, just enough chaos to keep everything interesting. Brian, this has been a great conversation.
Everyone keep it cool. Keep it cool runnings.
Wow, that was good.
This was Out Loud and Laughing.
We're available everywhere you get your podcasts. Spotify, Apple, YouTube, iHeart, or wherever.